of this particular link, a network link. Okay. Okay, we are not bothering about the data, what we are going to transfer the data from a sender to the receiver. But the importance of the link, we have studied that. That is how this particular link is to be established. To complete this particular data communication, the establishment of this particular link is also very important. So this particular link must be reliable. Already we discussed this, and this particular link must have a good performance. Okay, and this particular link must be secured. So then we are going to start the data communication from one device to another device. At the same time, we are going to extending our link to the number of links to link the number of devices. That is link unlinking devices. Okay, the topology in the sense, suppose if you go for a star topology, we are having a main hub and we are going to connecting a number of devices there. That is, this can be treated as the host or the hub, and we are going to connecting a number of devices like this: first device, the second and third, and the fourth device like this. Okay, this particular link, so this link is going to be used to connect the number of devices. So the link and linking devices, whatever we are having. So the representation of a link and how we are going to utilizing that particular link to connect the number of devices is called as a topology. But this particular link, while you are establishing this particular link, we should check all these criteria. That is, every link must have reliable, it should have the good performance, and it is going to be the secure. Like that only we are going to establishing this particular link in between the two devices. So with the help of the representation of the link and linking devices in different topologies, we have discussed that the mesh topology. At the same time, we discussed that star topology. Okay, in the mesh, what we studied is in the loop, in mesh, in terms of a loop, a number of devices are going to be connected. Like this, suppose if you are having four number of devices, I'm going to connecting four devices like this. And at the same time, in loop, all the devices, from every device to all the number of devices, we can send the data. And this device also, it is also possible to send the data towards this, and from this device also it is possible to send the data towards the remaining device also. That is nothing but a mesh. That means these are going to be interconnected as like loop. That is, this device to this device and this device to this device. Not only that, from this device also to the remaining device also we can connect that. That is a mesh. Okay, and as we are having an interconnection for all the devices in the mesh networking environment, the main drawback for this mesh network is it can be used only for the limited fashion. That is, it can be used for only for connecting the limited number of devices. Why? Because if the number of devices are going to be increasing, automatically the connecting links, the complexity of this link is going to be increasing. That is consideration of the links, or considering consideration of the cables for which we are going to make in a link, that is the cables or any network or any wire, that is going to be the more expensive as the number of devices are going to be increases. So that's why we are not going to prefer a large system networking environment with the help of mesh. If it is a small system environment, then we are going to choose the mesh environment there. And coming to the star, okay, and at the same time, we are also going to be, while studying the importance of or establishment of this link between any two devices, we also studied that the linking and unlinking of these two devices, any two devices. Suppose if you are having unlinking of the devices in mesh, so there is no any problem in your data communication, even though we are having unlinking of your network. Okay, here, while I'm discussing about a network in the sense, just it is a communication pathway. It's not a networking environment. Okay, so with the help of this particular topologies, there is a mesh and star. What we are discussing is, what we are going to focus is only with the help of this particular link, how we are going to communicating the data, in which manner we are communicating the data, that we are discussing in terms of topologies. Okay, so as we connect a number of devices in mesh, if any unlinking is there from one device to another device, there is no problem of sending the devices to the remaining devices. The remaining devices data communication may be continued even though we are having the unlinking of the unlinking between the any two devices. Okay, but here in the star, in like this, okay, already here I shown that this is a star topology. So in the star, what is happening is, as like your mesh topology, if any unlinking is there between any two devices, only that can be stopped and the remaining is also going to be continued. But here in the star topology, what is the main drawback for this is, here all the devices are going to be are having the ability to send the data and to receive the data. But here only from one host we are going to sending the data to all the devices. Okay, that means here all these devices can be treated as the host. Why? Because this device may transfer the data to any device. This device also can transfer any data to any device. Like means every device can be treated as the master, or every device can be treated as a host or the hub. But in star only one hub is there. So from this hub we are having the connecting mechanism. That is, if this hub is having the four connecting routers, I am connecting one router to the one device, and I am connecting another router to another device, another router to another device, like this. So only here we are maintaining one master device, one host device. But here in mesh technology, all the devices are going to be taken as the master devices or the host devices. Why? Because every device itself is the a master. Every device itself is having the ability to receive as well as to send the data. But here from host, we are sending the data to the remaining number of devices. So if you are having a problem in your host, the complete system is going to be corrupted. That means the complete system is going to be dead when we are having the problem in hub. But if you are having the problem in any one of the device in the mesh networking, that is in the number of devices what were connected in mesh environment, if any device is if you are having the problem, the remaining devices they are not going to be stop their communication. They will be continued. They can be continued. Why? Because that particular dedicated path is going to be disconnected, and the remain for the remaining devices they are having their own connecting paths. They are having their own this dedicated paths. So in mesh, all the links are going to be provided as a dedicated. Of course, here also we can say that is a dedicated. But for a host to every device are having the dedicated path. If host is having the problem, then this complete system is going to be corrupted, or this complete system is going to be dead. So instead of considering this particular star, we are going to prefer the mesh. Why? Because the main drawback facing in the star technology is every time the host must be have the must have a good establishment. Means that the host or the hub is to be maintained properly. If it is having the problem, then completely the system is going to be collapsed. The system is going to be corrupted. So that's why while you are using the star technology, you should maintain the like your server. We can say that the host or the hub, we can treat it as a server. So obviously we know that if you are having the problem in the server, the complete system. Suppose in the campus, in the college, if the server is if the server downs, automatically the complete networking environment is going to be stopped. So like that much of drawback we are having in the star technology. But here for the sending of the same information to a number of IP addresses, there we can prefer the star topology instead of taking the multiple number of hosts. Wherever it is required to, with the help to transfer the data communication for the number of devices with the help of the single host, there we can prefer this particular star topology. If you are maintaining the data communication, interrelated communication is there. That is, from all the devices, if there is need to transfer the data, interlinking devices is there. For that, we can go for the mesh analysis. Okay, these are the two topologies we discussed in the last class: the mesh topology and the star topology. Okay, here today we will start the remaining two remaining topologies. That is, let's consider the bus topology. So here, what is the basic structure of the bus topology is, that this particular bus topology is going to be maintaining a common communication link, and to this particular communication link, I'm going to connecting the a number of devices. That means, okay, like in our real world environment, we are having the bus. So in the bus, what is the environment is we are having a common cable there, and this particular cable is going to be carrying the number of passengers there. Okay, and the number of passengers, how many number of passengers it is carrying is depending upon the density or the capacity of this particular common cable. Or else this particular common cable can also be treated as a like your bucket, means that what is the way we are going to taking the water from the tap system is with the help of a number of drops we are going to taking the water from a particular tap. Okay, okay, let us consider simple example. Okay, if you are having if you are taking the water from a particular tap, we are going to taking the water in terms of drop, or at the same time we are going to taking the complete traffic. Suppose if the fastness of that particular water traffic is more, okay, we are going to getting completely that particular water. Suppose if the fastness of that particular water dropping is slow, then we are going to taking a drop by drop. So in the bus technology, how the data is going to be distributed to the number of devices. Okay, here we are having a dedicated path either in mesh technology or in star topology. But here in the bus topology, only when there is a drop line is there, that is when this particular cable is wants to drop the data to this particular device, then only a dedicated path is going to be established. So otherwise, there is no releasing of that particular a dedicated path. So when dedicated path is going to release, when we are having, suppose if you are considering this as a tap line, listen carefully. If it is going to be taken as a tap line, so in this tap line, how many drops we are having is four number of drops is there, and all are not going to be exist at the same time. Suppose if the flow of water from the tap is very fast, then we are not having any drop line there between drops. We are not having any dropping. We are not having any drop line between the drops. Suppose if you are having the drop line between the drops, here for one device a dedicated path is established, and it is going to be taking some time. So what is that particular time is a data is going to be available along this particular cable, like your host in your star technology. అంటే ఇప్పుడు బస్ టెక్నాలజీలో డేటా ఎలా మెయింటైన్ అవుతుందంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో లైక్ యువర్ హబ్, బట్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ హబ్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి టేకెన్ యాజ్ ఏ కామన్ కేబుల్. But this particular common cable is not always ready to deliver the data to all the devices. Okay, so if this particular cable is going to be drops the data to the specified devices. So how it is going to be drops the data like this? How whatever the mechanism we are getting, from the tap system, whatever the way we are getting the water drops one by one, water drops one by one like this. This particular cable is also going to be sending the data to each and every device in terms of drops. So that's why, suppose if this cable is sending the data towards this particular device, then we are going to say that it is a one drop line is there. Okay, and at this point, if it is going to releasing another drop, then it is also going to be taking another drop line, means we are having another device here, and the data is going to be transferred to this. And again this cable is wants to release another, after some time it is going to be releasing some other drop, means that if it is taking another drop line, that is the same data is going to be transferred to the another device also. If it is taking another drop line like that, the data is going to be transferred to one by one. Okay, means we can say that every time the data is through the dedicated link, as in mesh and star, the data is not going to be transferred in the bus topology. So how the data will be transferred to the devices in bus topology is with the help of this drop line. Okay, like your tabs, that means here the tab is going to be in on, means uh, it is going to be distributing the data, that is it is going to be cutting that particular data. At that particular point, a drop line is going to be existed. Automatically the data will be delivered to the specified device. After some time, once it is taking another drop line, at that time interval, at that particular time, again the data will be transferred to the another device. So how these particular drop lines are going to be taken with the help of a tap system. That means this particular cable, whatever the main cable we are having in the bus technology, this particular cable is going to be taking a tap, and this once this particular tap is released, it doesn't know how many number of drop lengths it is going to be taking, isn't on it. So Depending upon the capacity of this particular cable, the number of devices are going to be taken. Okay, usually you know the general thing. Suppose if you are having a 1 liter of water in your water tank, suppose okay, well, let us say the 100 ml of water. Suppose if it is available as 50 number of drops. So here also, depending upon the data available at this point, how the data will be distributed is depending upon this particular capacity, the number of devices will be connected. So up to mesh and star, we don't have any restriction to the number of devices. We don't have any restriction to the number of devices. We can connect any number of devices in mesh technology, mesh topology. At the same time, in star topology also, we can connect any number of devices. But here in the bus topology, as the common cable is going to be taking the risk in order to carry the number of devices, at the same time it is also going to be taking the risk, that is, for every drop line only there is a release of data transfer. If there is no drop line, there is no data transfer to this particular bus technology. Why? Because a common cable is going to be available. Through this particular common cable only, the data has to be transferred to the remaining devices only. The data is available, always the data is available, like your host in star and the mesh device, atla the host maintain chestuna atla data available, and at all the times the data is not going to be transferred. I hope all of you got it. Yes, are you following my are you following my points?
Yes, sir.
Somebody please respond. Okay, okay. So here, how we are going to getting the drops from your tap, like this. This particular cable is also going to releasing the drop lines. Once it is released a drop line to a particular device, the data will be transferred. Here we are having another drop line. To this particular device, the data will be transferred. Here one drop line is there. To this device, the data will be transferred. So we are having a restriction to the specified number of devices. That means this particular bus topology. Okay, we know generally a common bus in the sense. Suppose if it is a 30-seater bus, it is not possible to maintain 100 number of passengers in a bus. Why? Because this bus is capacity is only 30, isn't or not? So it can't bear the more than that particular 30 number. Like that, it has to carry. I mean 30 in the sense it has to carry that much number of passengers. So here also it is going to maintain a common cable. It has to bear the number of devices. So how many number of devices it can bear is depending upon how many number of drops it can give, like your tap system. Okay, so the data is available. How many number of drop lines it can give? That much number of drop lines in the sense that much number of drop lines is equal to number of devices to where we can transfer the data. So depending upon the capacity of this particular cable, the number of devices we can add to this particular bus topology, like your seating capacity of your bus. I hope all of you got it. So here I am compared that bus technology as well as tap system. So here, but if you know simple the bus technology and the tap system, it can be easily understood, this particular bus topology. So it is going to be carrying the number of devices, but all the passengers, every time the data will not be transferred one by one. So how it is going to giving the data one by one with the help of the drop line. Once drop line is there, the data will be transferred. Once the drop line is there, the data will be transferred. Okay, what is the problem here we are getting is, suppose to some other devices, if there is a need to transfer the data with the help of bus technology, so there is no possibility of adding another device. There's a main problem in this particular bus topology. That means that the data transfer is going to be restricted in the bus topology. Okay, but here we are for the limited number of devices, securely we can transfer the data. Why? Because with the help of drop line only, we are going to start the data communication. Okay, in the communication terminology, we can say that the synchronous communication and asynchronous communication. Among these, we are having the synchronous as the best one. Why? Because it is going to the high secure, as it is going to using the start bit and the stop bit in order to perform the data communication. Like that, whatever the way we are using to perform the asynchronous communication to secure the start bit and stop bit, here also we are going to giving a reference, a drop line as going to be act as a reference. Once there is a drop line, automatically we are going to send the data. That means the data is going to be secured through this particular drop lines. That means the data is not going to be available as open. Through the help of these particular drop lines, we are going to sending the data to the number of devices. So the main drawback for this is, if you want to add any additional device, Suppose if you are having an additional device to transfer the data, already the limit is over. That is, with the capacity of this, already the 4 drop lines is over. There is no another drop is there. Once there is no drop, and once there is no drop line, it can't transfer the data. Suppose if you want to transfer the data again with the help of this particular technology, it is not going to be possible to add this particular a new device. So a new additional device cannot be added in this particular bus topology. Okay, it's the main drawback in this particular bus topology. Why? Because it is going to providing an optimal installation. Okay, optimal installation in the sense up to that extent, up to what extent it is possible to transfer the data. అది ఎంతవరకు అయితే ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయగలదో అంతవరకు దాని కెపాసిటీ వరకు మాత్రమే ద డేటా ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయగలదు. సో బియాండ్ దట్ ఇట్ కాన్ డూ దట్. సో అందుకని వాట్ ఈస్ ద టర్మ్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు యూజ్ ఈస్ ద ఇన్స్టాలేషన్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ బస్. Installation of this particular bus means that a bus in a sense a common cable, whatever we are going to use to transfer the data. So installation of this cable is optimized. Optimized in the sense there is no optimization. Optimization in a sense we have the possibility to change our characteristics. So installation of this particular bus is going to be optimized in the sense it is going to be restricted. The number of devices are going to be restricted. So meanwhile, when there is no possibility of optimization, no additional device can be added. Okay, so this is the main drawback. From this we can say that. Okay, advantages in the sense as we studied in mesh and star, once drop line is there, we have a dedicated path, so there is no problem of security, isn't on that. And at the same time, the installation or the transferring of the data to the number of devices is very easy. Okay, see here, if you are having the 100 number of devices here, if you are having 100 number of devices here, we are going to make the networking links from this host to the all the number of devices. But instead of maintaining the host with the help of these different routers, what we are going to maintain is we are going to maintain a common cable. We are going to maintain a common cable. Means that this is going to be taken as a bus. Okay. So I think already you are studying the subject that is the computer organization and architecture. So in that also we are going to get the definition of the bus. Okay. A bus can be defined as a series of lines. Generally, this particular bus can be used for transfer of a data. Suppose if it is having a 8-bit data bus, what is the meaning of 8-bit data bus? Through 8 number of data lines, we are going to transfer the 8 number of digital binary bits. That is nothing but a 8-bit data bus. Means that a bus is nothing but a common line. A bus is going to be having the common line. But in this common line, how many number of data bits are going to be transferred? 8 number of data bits can be transferred. It is the capacity of this particular bus. So what is the capacity of this particular bus? How many number of lines this particular bus has? Suppose if this particular bus having the 8 number of drop lines, so to the 8 number of devices only it can do the data transfer. Okay. Why? Because the bus is nothing but it is going to be designed as a series of lines, and that means every bus is having some restricted number of lines. So suppose if you are having more than 8 number of bits, so 90 bit cannot be transferred. Why? Because this data bus width is only restricted to only 8 number of bits. So more than that particular 8 bit cannot be transferred. So like that, with the help of this particular bus topology, to the restricted number of devices only we can transfer. And at the same time, the maintenance of the data is same. Why? Because through this bus only we are transferring these 8 number of bits itself. Nowhere we are going to maintain it. Suppose if you go for the host technology, in the host, to the one device we are going to transfer with the help of one router here. To another device we are going to giving another switching mechanism. To another device we are giving another one. To the another device we are giving another one. Like that, even though we are maintaining a host, each and every network is going to be routed with a different manner. But here there is no difference of routing the data to the number of devices connected to a common bus. Along this bus, the data is available. I will show exactly how it is available. Because this common bus is available as like this. Suppose if it is if you want to transfer a 4-bit data of 1001, so in this bus, in this cable, I'm having the 1001 data. So this 1001 data is available in this way and in this way. If any drop line is there, to this drop line the same data will be transferred, to this drop line the same data will be transferred. That means a common host is going to be maintained, no need to giving a separate routing mechanism to all the devices what you are connecting to the host or in the mesh topology also. Suppose if in the mesh topology also, if you are connecting a number of devices, for every device you have to give a separate connecting mechanism. But in the bus topology, no need to give the separate connecting mechanism. That is, a cable is a common cable which is giving the same connecting mechanism to all the devices which are connected to this particular a common bus. So this data available at anywhere through this bus. So ఈ బస్సుకి మీరు ఎక్కడ ఏ డ్రాప్ లైన్ ద్వారా డివైసెస్ కనెక్ట్ చేసినా కానీ అన్నిటికీ ఏ కామన్ లింకింగ్ ఈజ్ దేర్. ఇక్కడ మళ్ళీ సపరేట్గా మీరు రూటింగ్ ఇవ్వాల్సిన పని లేదు, ఎందుకంటే డేటా is going to be available as a free through this communication. Okay, in order to understand, for the better understanding, what I'm saying is this 101 is going to be traveling like this. So towards this 100, 100, 100, 100. So any drop line is there, automatically to the device the data will be transferred. Okay, that is about the bus topology. So with all this, we can say the advantages. It is a secured. Why? Because through drop line we are sending the data securely, and at the same time no need to maintain a separate routing mechanism to transfer the data as like in mesh and star topology. That is, we can go for the bus topology for that advantages. And the main drawback for that is, once depending upon the capacity of this data, ఇప్పుడు 1001 data అనేది suppose 4-bit data is there, and if you are going to connecting only in order to send serial data, suppose if you are going to send the serial data, this serial data in the sense only we are having 4 number of digital bits. So to how many devices I can transfer these bits? 4 number of devices. Why? Because I'm having only 4-bit data. So only in order to transfer the serial data to the 4 number of devices, I can send 1 by 1 bit. If you are having 8 number of bit, I can transfer 1 by 1 bit. Like that, depending upon the capacity of this particular data, the number of devices will depend. So no need to change the number of devices to this particular common cable. So the number of devices to be connected is depending upon the density or the capacity of this particular common cable. So that's why there is no possibility of addition of a new device if you want to send additionally with the help of this particular common cable. That is only the drawback. That means it is also can be restricted. Why? Because depending upon the data traffic, we are going to transfer to the limited number of devices only. It cannot be optimized. The number of devices cannot be optimized. Okay, why? Because installation is optimized. అంటే కేబుల్ కెపాసిటీని బట్టి మనం ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసేసాం, ఎన్ని నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ డ్రాప్ లైన్స్ ఉండొచ్చు, ఆ బస్సులో ఎన్ని నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ డిజిటల్ డేటా బిట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, వాటిని మాత్రమే మనం ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయగలం, వాటిని మాత్రమే ఎన్ని డివైసెస్ అయితే ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయగలం అంతవరకు ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయగలం. సో a bus in the sense, it's a series of lines we are making that. So that's why it is having a fixed capacity, no need to change the capacity of that particular bus. So that's why it is going to be optimized. Okay, that is about bus technology. Okay, okay, let's move on to the last one, that is ring technology. Okay, here the ring in the sense, as it is defined as a ring, it is going to be available in a circular manner. So we are going to connecting the number of devices in terms of a ring, and let us define that number of devices as device 1, device 2, 3. Okay, here we discussed that mesh technology also. In the mesh also, what we are connecting is, we are also connected the number of devices in the form of a mesh or a loop. But here the intention of the mesh technology is, from the device 1 we are having a dedicated links to all the devices, and the data can be transferred to the remaining devices also. From device 2 to 1, 3, 4 is possible. From 4 to 1, 2, 3 is also going to be possible. But in ring technology, the communication is going to be the A distributed networking means that every device, suppose if the device is going to be sending the data to this particular one, again this particular the same data is going to be transferred to this particular one. Okay, that means okay, not the same data in the sense the next task, once the task of this particular device is over to this, whatever the next task assigned to this particular device, the data from this particular device is going to be transferred to this, and again this particular device is going to be taken the data, and again it is going to given to the data to the next succeeding device. Means that this particular device, it cannot be treated as a master or the slave as in that of mesh technology. Okay, I will show the mesh technology also, what I discussed in the last class. Suppose if it is device 1, device 2, 3 and 4, this is the mesh we discussed. That device 1 to 2 is there, 1 to 3 is there, 1 to 4 is there, and 2 to 1 is there, 2 to 3 is there, 2 to 4 is there. Okay, and 3 to 4, 3 to 1, 3 to 1 is available, 4 to 3. So totally 3 lines, 3 networks lines, 3 network. Totally for 4 devices, as we discussed in the last class, we are having 4 networking links for 4 devices. And this device 1 is going to be transferring the data to the remaining 3. 2 also like that, for the remaining devices, it is transferring the data. In the ring technology, what is happening is every device is going to be sending the data to the next succeeding device, and after processing the information in this particular device is going to be transferring the data to this one. That is, the information is going to be traveling in a circular manner. Information is traveling in a circular manner. So whatever the task executed previously by this device, for the next data also the same operation is going to be handled by this particular device. The data is going to be changes from for every iteration or for every transaction. So that's why the devices in your ring technology can be treated as repeaters. What is the meaning of the repeater in the sense? For the first iteration, whatever the data is transacted circularly, for the second one, the same operation has to be continued. That is, the data transfer from this to this has to take place, from this to this has to take place, this to this has to take place, like that. And for the third iteration also, it has to be taken. So every device, whatever the task completed previously by the every device, it has to be repeated. So that's why the devices in your ring technology, every device is the repeater. అంటే ఇప్పుడు వన్ స్టేజ్లో ఏ డేటా ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేసిందో నెక్స్ట్ స్టేజ్కి వచ్చేటప్పుడు కూడా ఇంకొక డేటా ట్రాన్స్ఫర్, అంటే the same operation is going to be handled by this particular device. Okay, like that in the ring technology, the number of devices are going to be interconnected together, and the data from one device to another device is going to be continued, and at the same time the data is going to be different, whatever is sending from this particular device to this device, and at the same time the data will be different. The data may be different from this device to this device. Why? Because it is going to be performing another task based on this particular data. So the data may changes at the same time. Every device is going to be acting as a repeater. The task has to be continued, but the data transfer may be changes from one device to the another device. Suppose if there is a unlinking is there between unlink, if there is a unlinking is there. సో ఇప్పుడు రింగ్ అంటే డేటా వీటన్నిటికి ఇంటర్ కనెక్ట్ అయినాయి కాబట్టి దీని నుంచి డేటా వస్తే ఇది పంపించగలదు. ఇప్పుడు అన్లింక్ అయింది అంటే వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ టు దిస్ పర్టికులర్ రింగ్ సిస్టమ్?
No data transfer.
Yes, it is also going to be dead. But it's not the system dead as that of the star technology, isn't it not? Here, what is happening is this particular interconnecting is going to be dead, and the remaining are all going to be in idle. All these are going to be in idle. Why? Because there is no data is received by these devices. Means that the repeater is waiting in order to perform the same task. It is going to repeat the whatever the task is executed previously. So it is waiting for that. So if there is unlinking is going to be happen, all are going to be idle. Like we can say that the system is, of course, the system is going to be in dead. Why? Because all are going to be in idle. But here it can be continued when you are going to recover the problem of this particular unlinking. That means unlinking of a single network may affect the complete system performance. But here if there is an unlinking is there, the system performance is going to be continued, and during the with the help of the continuation of this, again we are going to recover that and we are improving the performance one by one. But here what is happening is all the system is going to be dead when we are having the unlinking, and meanwhile once you link this particular device, automatically we can improve the system performance more if they are having the more number of unlinkings from one device to the another device. That is about the ring technology. Means that suppose if any networking environment is going to performing as a distributed process, అంటే నేను ఒక సిస్టమ్ డిజైన్ చేయాలనుకున్నాను, if I am taking the fi number of tasks one by one, okay, like your ATM machine, let's take an example. First one is inserting card, next asking the request whether it is a banking transaction or mini statement, third one printing the mini statement, and fourth one is the withdrawal of the cash, and final one is the exit option. Suppose if there is a problem, I entered the pin and I asked the banking transaction. If this is not going to be happen, automatically finally it says that the transaction is going to be timed out. Why? Because it is going to be interlinked to the next one. Only if it is continued, then it is going to be transacted to the next one. As you are having the number of options, if you are selected one option, it can go for the next option. Once you selected a particular option, it can go for another option. So how one by one option is going to be activated based on the previous transaction. If the previous transaction is failure, automatically it comes out of that particular transaction. It shows that timed out, and we can that is, it shows that the decline operation. So what is meant by decline? If the interlinking of the transaction is failure. So in ring technology, where we are going to using this type of data communication is wherever we are going to performing the interlinking data communication, there we are going to prefer the ring technology. It is somewhat different when compared with your remaining mesh, star, and bus topology. Okay, there is the a data transfer from one device to the another device. We are not having the dependency of the data from the any other device in the mesh, star, and the bus topology. But in the ring technology, the data is going to be transacted along in the circular manner or from one device to the another device itself. So that's why in ring, if any unlinking is going to be happened, all are going to be the ideal one. Means that whatever the previous data they are having, that can be that is going to be maintained, right? Because it's a repeater, already is having the data, but accordance with the next data, now the repeater is going to performing the same action what is performed earlierly, isn't it? So like that is going to be repeated. That means conformly we can't say that it is a dead system. Why? Because this data is having some data even though we are having the unlinking. Am I right or not? Why? Because it's a repeater, it is having some data. With reference to this particular data only, this particular repeater is going to be start communicating with another device. Okay, so from device to device there is an interconnection is there. If interconnection failures, remaining devices will be in idle, and if it is recovered, automatically it will become an active. Okay, so that's why the devices means these are going to be operated as a repeaters. Okay, this is about ring technology. So ankani, the whatever the unlinking problem we are having is, it can be treated as an, the word we can use to define that unlinking of a specific data transaction as unidirectional traffic. As it is a unidirectional traffic, means that ఇప్పుడు దీని నుంచి దీనికి డేటా వెళ్ళాలి అంటే ఇక్కడి నుంచి ఇక్కడ డేటా రావాల్సిందే, ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ డేటా వస్తే ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ డేటా వెళ్తుంది, ఇది వస్తేనే ఈ డేటా వెళ్తుంది. అంటే ఒక డివైస్ నుంచి ఇంకొక డివైస్కి డేటా ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ అనేది ఇట్స్ ఎన్ యూనిడైరెక్షనల్ ట్రాఫిక్. ఇక్కడ యూనిడైరెక్షనల్ ట్రాఫిక్ జరిగితేనే then only there is a data transfer. If it is happened, then only we are having the data transfer here. So that is a main drawback we are having. As it is a unidirectional traffic, and all the devices are going to be interlinked, we can't transfer the data from one device to the another device. That is a main drawback we can face in the ring technology. Okay. Okay, with this, these are the some of the commonly used topologies. We can use a network link to link the number of devices. Okay, these are the networking topologies. Means that how can we use this network link to link the number of devices? That is nothing but the topology. So in mesh we can use the number of links to connect more number of devices. In star also we can connect more number of devices with the links. In bus topology, with the help of bus we can make number of links. Okay, what I am talking link in the sense a network link made between two devices for the purpose of data communication. Okay, so in ring technology also we can make a circular technology with the help of that network links to repeat the data for any number of transactions. Okay, this is all about the different topologies. Likewise, we can make the networking environment either go through the star or the mesh or bus and ring technology. Okay, today now we will see a special topology, that is we are consider the four topologies, and everyone is having its own advantages and disadvantages. Okay, but based on this we can also make an hybrid topology. Okay, what is the meaning of hybrid? Anyone can help me? When we are going to say that a
Mixing.
hybrid, yes, very nice, thank you. So a hybrid in the sense it's a mixing. So with all these possibilities, we are also construct an hybrid technology, that is only with the possibility of a star and a bus technology. Okay, that is in order to perform the data transfer efficiently and more fastly to the more number of devices, a topology is also going to be is introduced. That topology is hybrid. Okay, here hybrid in the sense as it is a mixing, we are going to say that a star and a bus. The mixing of the star and the bus can be treated as an hybrid technology. Okay, here in the star, what we are having? We are having in a hub, and we are having an individual routing is there. Already I explained while I am discussing about bus technology. In bus, no separate interconnecting is required, but in star there is a separate interconnecting is required. Okay, for every device interconnecting is there. Okay, now when I am taken a star topology, when I interconnect a common cable to each and every node of a hub, okay, it is a star technology. So as we know that for star I can connect whatever the nodes or whatever the routers I am having. So here in the star in host, in this star host I am having a four number of devices, so I can make the four number of devices. But I am using this particular dedicated path, whatever I taken to consider to make a to connect a single device. I am going to using this as a common cable like your bus technology. Suppose if it is a common cable, again I can connect the more number of devices to this common cable. Again to this cable also I'm going to connecting the number of devices. All these are drop lines. As we discussed in bus technology, these are the drop lines. So here in star, just with this interconnection, I'm connecting one device one through this dedicated path. Suppose when you are using this dedicated path as a cable or as a bus, already explained that a bus in the sense it is having a structure, that is a bus is going to be carrying a number of bits, or it is going to be carrying some amount of data based on its capacity. Okay, every bus is going to be having a series of lines, in the sense it is having a capacity. So whatever the capacity has, that much of number of devices it can connect. So here also for every routing, for every interconnecting path is going to be taken as a cable. ఈ డివైస్ ఎంత అయితే డేటా ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయగలదో ఆ కెపాసిటీని బట్టే ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు కనెక్టింగ్ ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ డివైసెస్, ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు మేక్ ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ డ్రాప్ లైన్స్. So usually I can transfer the data to the number of devices also. So like that, I can make the combination of star and mesh technology as a hybrid network. Okay. So with the star, what we are going to take, what is the main drawback we are observing is the cables are going to be increasing. If you are increasing the number of devices, isn't it or not? But by merging the star and the bus technology, the number of cable requirement is going to be reduces. Yes. Yes, is it right or not? In star and mesh, Whatever the number of devices we are having, that much number of cables are required. But here, depending upon this particular interconnecting routers, suppose if you are having if you are taking only four number of cables, and for every cable, if I am connecting with 10 number of devices, so totally with the help of four cables only, with the help of four wires only, I'm connecting the 40 number of devices. Okay, so with the advent of this, in order to improve the number of devices connectivity, we are going to merge the different topologies. That is, we are going to merge the uh, star and what is that? Another one?
Bus.
Yes, we are going to merge the star and a bus technology in order to improve the number of devices at the same time, totally to perform the data communication as more. Okay. Yes, this is about all the topologies. In how many ways we can use the network link? Okay, we up to now we studied that the importance of this particular link, how we can utilize this network link. Through this link, how can we communicate a data from one device to the another device? Okay, this is about the network topologies. Okay, now okay, about the topologies it is over. Okay, I'm going to the next topic. Regarding this, if you have any queries, you can ask. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, we have seen that the topologies, how can we link up the number of devices? Now what we are going to see that is the categories of networks. Means that how the data is going to be communicated based on the area and based on the distance. That is as almost you know that already, you know all these things. Yes, we know LAN, we know WAN, we know MAN. Okay, what is LAN?
Local area network.
Okay, fine. What is WAN?
Wide area network.
Okay, MAN.
Metropolitan area network.
Oh, correct. Thank you. Nice. These are the area networks. Okay, what these networking mechanisms are saying that it's an area networks. Okay, we are having these can be treated as a categories of network. Means that we are studied only the data communication with the help of these topologies. But this particular data communication, up to how much extent, that is up to how much distance we can perform this particular data communication with the help of this particular cable or with the help of this particular network link. Okay, so we are going to extending the networking mechanism up to some distance. Okay, the categories of networks in the sense, the classification of the same networking topologies, up to how much distance we can use these particular networking techniques. Okay, so if you are using locally, means that usually it is within 2 miles. The local area network can be used only within 2 miles. A wide area network, or we can say that this as the local, already the name itself is defining that. And this, as it is a wide in the sense, we can say that it is a world area network also. Why? Because there is no restriction for this particular wide area network. Okay, we can go for any number of kilometers this particular wide area network. Throughout country or throughout state, we can use the network. That's such type of networking mechanism is called as a wide area network. Okay, suppose it's an unlimited or it is a wide. In between this restricted area and unlimited area, whatever the area we are covering is the metropolitan area network. Means that for a city, if you are maintaining a particular network for a particular city, then you can say that it is a metropolitan area network. Okay, just for classical and just for stylish and for classical analysis, they are saying that for a city or for a mandal or for a district, as they are maintaining one area network, then we are going to say that it is a metropolitan area network. So with the help of these particular topologies, how can we extend the data communication from host to the number of devices? So up to which extent or up to which distance we can use this particular network mechanism can be defined as a categories of network. So based on the restricted length or restricted area, we are having the three categories of a network, that is a LAN, WAN, and MAN. Okay. Just I will show that how these particular LAN, WAN, and MAN are going to be connected. Okay, this is a simple LAN is connected. Okay, like your a classroom. We are maintaining a hub in order to send the data, an internet data to the number of systems. So we are going to maintaining all these particular individual devices or individual computers are going to be connected to a common hub. Okay, so it is only a local. Okay, it cannot be it is going to be restricted within this particular stipulated area only. Suppose if you are beyond that particular 2 months, automatically we can't send the data properly. We can't send the data securely. So that's why a local area network, in the sense, within a particular permitted area, within a particular traffic area, we can transfer the data only. Okay, like this, we can do the local area networking with the help of a topology. Okay, so here, what is the topology we are using? A star topology. Already, as we discussing while discussing about star topology, best example for that is a star. Okay. Next, wide area network, in the sense, suppose in a particular environment, if you are having a different number of systems, okay, and for all the systems, if you are maintaining a common networking environment, okay, we are having a system, and again, if that particular if that system are going to be divided into a subcategories, let us say that one end system and another system and another end system, all these are going to be interconnected with again some a wide area network. Why? Because already these are a wider systems are there, but in order to interconnect these systems, we need some other network which is helpful to connect this system and this system. Why? Because this particular system is beyond the 100 kilometers. Let us say, for example, if it is more than 100 number of 100 kilometers, then the local area network will not permit to transfer the data. So that's why those two systems are going to be connected with a separate networking mechanism that is called as a wide area networking. Okay, and specifically, why you are going for the switched wide area networking is, again, whatever the networking environment we are making with the help of different systems, let us say A, B, C, as it is defined here. And if you want to transfer the data from any system to the any system, in order to interlink A to C and C to B or B to A or B to C, what we are going to do is we are going to use the switching mechanism. Whether it is to be for A to C or it is for B to C or B to A, we need some switching. Okay, that is why, because continuous the data transfer from A to C is not going to be entertained. So there's first suppose there is a need to transfer the data from C to B also and B to A also. So like that, in the wide area network, as all the systems are going to be interlinked, there is switching mechanism also going to be happened. So that's why the switching process can also be applicable in the wide area network. With the help of the switching, the wide area network can be divided into the subcategories also. అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఈ టోటల్ వైడ్ ఏరియా నెట్వర్క్ ఈ రెండింటికి మాత్రమే స్విచ్చింగ్ చేసాం అనుకోండి, ఏ అండ్ సి కమ్యూనికేషన్ జరుగుతుంది అనుకుంటే దెన్ ఇట్ కమాండర్ లోకల్ ఏరియా నెట్వర్క్, isn't it? So wide area network can also be converted into the local area network when you switch over between two systems which are very nearer, isn't it? So like that, we can convert this particular WAN into a LAN also with the help of this particular switching. That you have to understand with the mechanism, this particular wider area network. And another mechanism is there where we are going to use the wide area network. Okay, that is already we are using, that is with the help of the routers or the modems, what we are saying that. Okay, suppose if you are using the modems, specified modems, so we are going to connecting a particular modem. Through that modem, we are going to performing the wide area networking also. And here in the wide area networking, especially when you are implementing the modem, when you are implementing the data communication with the help of the modem, where we are going to transfer that particular data. Okay, modem, in the sense, it is going to be having some host also, isn't it? Why? Because This is only for decoding and encoding purposes. The modem, the modulator and demodulator is not meant for the data transfer. It is going to be for the purpose of the data encoding and decoding purpose. Means that every modem is going to be interconnected with some host or some hub system. So when you are going to using a wide area network in between these two, to where whatever the devices we are going to transfer the data, that is also should be mentioned. Okay, so as like your systems, so here A, B, C systems are there. So this is the system A and this is the system B. That is in system programming and computer. It is a system A and system B. And for these two, we are going to switching a wide area network through the help of the modems. Okay, so the switching mechanism in the wide area network is also very important. How we are going to transferring the data from one system to the another system, as it is a wide or worldwide area network. Okay, so there is no restriction of the length up to where we can implement the data communication. So as you are not having the limit constraint for this wide area network, we have to define where we are going to transfer the data. We have to switch over the transaction, the source and the destination. So like that, you have to identify from where to where you are transferring the data, how we are going to making the switching mechanism. Okay, so that's why the modem interconnections and the router interconnection and the system to system interconnection, all these are come under the category of a wide area network. Okay, and metropolitan area network, in the sense, it's like your local area network, but it is meant for a particular city or particular mandal or a particular district. Okay, like a region. Suppose if you are having a particular zone, say south zone, west zone are there, so like that, those are come under metropolitan area network. So with multiple lands, we can say that it is a metropolitan area. With the multiple mans, we can say that it is a wide area network or the worldwide area network. Okay, these are the simple structures where we are going to categorize the networking mechanism depending upon the distance. Okay. Okay, this is all about today's class. Topologies and the usage of topologies depending upon the distance. That is the categories of network. Okay. Okay, thank you all. If you have any queries, you can ask.